Hey, hello, welcome to the action of the step 2 in this article. Article. So at this level, my name is underscore Phil, and we are actually on Android UI tutorial, which is an explanation of how to build a user interface in your Android apps. We'll be following the tutorial along the line, and at this point now, which is the stage 2, where we need to actually draw a wireframe of how our app is going to look like before we start building. So actually what we're going to do is we'll be able to create a wireframe. I'm going to use Corel Draw to do that. Then we're able to explain in-depthly the linear layout, both the horizontal and the vertical orientation of the linear layout. Because our app is going to have a list of items and that is clickable, and I'll be able to explain that succinctly at this very stage. So let's just dive. I don't want the video to be too long, so let's head up right now. Here I have a CorelDRAW already open, and this is what we are trying to achieve. We want to create something like these two objects right here. This is just a sketch I made with pen, and I snapped it and bring it inside CorelDRAW. So right now I'm going to make this very shape right away using my rectangle tool. I'm not actually teaching CorelDRAW. I just want to use it as fast as I can, because it's relatively fast to do this kind of thing compared to Photoshop. We're not looking for best image quality in what we're trying to do, so it's just a wireframe. So just follow along as I try to make this phone like a shape. So I'm assuming this to be a phone, which is just like this wireframe here. Then I'm going to create another object right here. Then I'm going to create the action bar, and I'm going to make an ellipse. If you are very used to Android, you will see there's some overflow icon that is always placed somewhere like this. So I'm going to make something exactly like that right now here. Then our app will have a name. I'll call it Clubber, anything. So let me just change this for readability sake. That's it for here. Now the most important thing is what we have right here. Here there's a list item, and this list item is actually a different view created somewhere in your app directories that will represent a particular club, because what we're trying to build, if you are following up the tutorial, it's a club application that displays name of clubs and some details about them. So here we're going to have a club name, like in this one copy I'm actually using Manchester United. I wrote here 1980 trophies is 20, and there's an icon here that represents their logo. So we're actually going to create something like that. So I'll head up here and create something that will represent the list item. This list item is going to represent a single club with their logo somewhere here, just the way we have it in WhatsApp. Then we're also going to have the club name, say Manchester. Then trophies, and I'll make another copy, and I'll maybe say it's 52 trophies. So this is just it. Here is going to be our image, then this is just the content. Then what else are we going to add? Something like let's put something like their coach somewhere here, like the current coach. we just put the current code somewhere here. That's it. I don't know the current code right now, but let me use the one I remember. Just United FC somewhere here, and then their logo, their image is going to appear somewhere like this. So let me just use this thing to create an illusion of that. So their logo is going to assume to be something like that. Sorry. So something like this. Then we'll continue. When you scroll this up, there's going to be a scrolling feature that will appear here, so that when you're scrolling this up, it will fade out to Manchester United, still here, and then we also have, or there's different ways we can actually do that, but I just want to introduce this little feature. I think it's a little nice, but we can also retain the old action bar right here, and then have the Manchester icon appear somewhere here. So every other detail will actually come somewhere here. Like we could actually have what we call card view that will appear somewhere like this, and we could have a divider. We could have another detail somewhere here. I'm going to make a divider here. The divider will be something like this, and we're going to have something like history. We're going to have coach. Just I will depict the. Hi, welcome back. I promised to make an explanation of this particular list item. This is one of the most important parts of this very tutorial, that when you understand this part, then when we enter the real coding, you'll be able to understand how to structure your user interface based on what we explain right here, right now. So I'm going to make something that will actually give us a clue of what we are trying to do. So I'm going to create something that will point somewhere here, and I'm going to create something else. I'm just going to make it look like an arrow. So it's going to be something like this. Don't mind me, just follow along. So, and then I'm going to make a copy of this place and bring it out. So this is what we are trying to explain right here. So I'll make it a little bigger. So now in Android we have what we call, I think we are done with the first thing here. So I'm actually trying to do this now, this particular one, to in-depth understand the linear layout, both vertical and horizontal. So right now, the things that we're going to do is, I'm first of all going to explain, I will explain linear layout, the horizontal, and linear layout vertical. So these are the two things that I'm going to talk about right now, because these are what will constitute what we're going to build in that list item. So first of all, I'm going to make the explanation inside that CorelDRAW. So let's go back to CorelDRAW. So from here, every of our view is actually looking like a block, you know, a square or a rectangle, or anyhow you want to call it. So, but now the placement of views or child views inside that place is actually based on a particular hierarchy. Right now, if you look at this place, you can actually see that this one and this one, they are on top of each other. This one and this one are not on top of each other. So these are the ideology you first of all have to understand. So now I'm going to begin to dissect it one by one. I'm going to assume that this is the parent, which is this particular layout right now. And this layout, let me just call it anything like linear layout. I'm going to call it a linear layout, but it's going to be a linear layout vertical. So let me make two type stuff here. I'll call this linear, and I'll call this horizontal. horizontal. Okay, so I'm going to make this a little more clear. So this is linear layout vertical, and inside this linear layout vertical, we are going to have a child linear layout that is going to be what is this particular linear layout is going to be horizontal. It is going to be horizontal. This one is actually vertical already, and inside this vertical, we are going to have only one. We are going to have a one linear layout already that is also going to be. Let me make this drawing here. So this is the parent one, and inside that one, I'm going to put something like this. There are two objects there, but I'm going to shrink it a little bit inside so you will understand what I mean. So this is a linear layout, and inside this linear layout now, and this one is vertical and it has only one child, and inside this child will have another linear layout, and those linear layouts, this particular one now, it's this outer one is linear layout vertical that has a child linear layout, and this child linear layout is going to be a horizontal type of linear layout. That means it will expand from left to right or from right to left. Or let me make this explanation from here. If this is a linear layout and this is vertical, everything you are putting inside this place is going to be coming down this way. It's going to be this way only, so they'll be stacking on top of each other. But if we are building a horizontal linear layout, see what we are going to get. We are going to get something like this. Everything you are putting here, no matter how the size is, will never give chance for something to go below or on top. So everything will be going this way and this way. So I just want you to understand this. This is a horizontal linear layout, and this is a vertical linear layout. So let's come back to this place now and try to dissect our view. I'm going to begin to circle it with a color, maybe a red color. I'm going to circle this with a red color. This is our linear layout, which is horizontal. And why this is horizontal is because this guy, which is the image, and this other one is stacked in a horizontal way, but it's not uniform. If you look very well, you also see that this one has something on top. So we have to be very smart when we are doing something like this. So I'm going to make this, as I already told you that this is a horizontal linear layout, I'm going to create an illusion of saying that this is where our image resides inside this image view. This is where this thing is. Then there's another layout here, and this linear layout, this other layout now that is here, is another vertical linear layout. I want you to understand that it's vertical because this thing that is here is on top of this one that is in this row. So we can only be able to position something like this and also something like this. And inside this place now, this is a linear layout also. And inside this linear layout, we also have another horizontal linear layout, so that will now house the text and also house the next text here. This thing I'm trying to do actually helped me a lot, and I believe if you understand this, it's going to be very, very simple, and your application is going to look nice at the end of the day. So look at what we achieved right now. We have one outer linear layout which is vertical. We have another linear layout which is horizontal that enables us to put this image view. And inside this linear, we just made this one an image view and another linear layout here, so that we'll be able to put all these individual views inside. So if we didn't do it this way, we will not be able to achieve what we want. So that is why we made this. So let me just begin to pick these very stuffs like this. I'll pick this one, I'll make it enter inside. Don't mind how the sizing is. We can actually adjust that when we enter where we are building our app, but this is exactly what we are trying to do. So I just wanted to get a feel of how this is done. So when you see a very nice crafted user interface, you know a lot of things have actually gone inside, and it will be very hard for us to start doing this without understanding this itself. Oh, sorry, this is going to be the trophies somewhere here. I'm assuming that the trophy and everything is inside one place, but it doesn't matter. We can actually still duplicate this one to make, as long as they are in a horizontal layout, they are going to all fit in. So if you watch now, we eventually created something that makes a little sense, and our image will just be on its own here. So this is how I want to explain this right now. So this video will end here, then we will go to the next stage in the next video, which is the stage 3 or step 3, but the action part of it, because we actually had step 2 and step 3, and in the other step, the previous step, we only had explanation, and then the step 3 now has its own action where we will design the real user interface with colors. This is not just going to be a line drawing like as you are seeing, this is just like a wireframe. So see you on the next movie.